Okay, let's talk. Hi, my name is Grace Wells, and if you're new to this channel, I'm a photographer and videographer based in Edinburgh, Scotland. And if you're not so new to this channel, then this video probably looks very weird to you because it's very different than everything I've ever done before, and there's a very specific reason for that, so let's talk about it. Basically, without getting into too much detail about shit you probably don't care about, or about personal details and singling people out because I don't want to do that either, I've had a really strange 2 weeks. I've had a couple of experiences that have kind of messed with me, both mentally and emotionally. Yay! And I just really feel the need to not only vent about it, but just kind of inform people generally about how weird social media is. And this is gonna sound so obvious because I'm sure you've heard all of this a million times before. Social media is so fake. Like, don't fall trapped to the social media dangers. Don't compare yourself to other people. Don't compare your low points to everyone else's highlight reel. Like, there's some very cliche saying that people say all the time about a highlight reel. I don't know. Everyone knows that social media is super fake and that you can't always believe what you see online, etc. And I know that everyone knows this, and I thought that I knew this too, but it turns out like I didn't even really know. I had heard all this information. I had heard all of this information. I had heard it, my ears had listened, but I had not really processed or absorbed any of this information because I was really forced to confront it in full form this week. And it was not pretty. It kind of caught me off guard. I had the opportunity to meet a couple of people that I have been following online for a very long time, who I really consider to be people that I really admired and aspired to be like, and who I looked up to because their feeds really showed me someone who was successful, who had a great life, and who was very happy. And not only that, but I really felt like I knew these people, like I was a part of their life, which of course is ridiculous because I didn't know them and I wasn't a part of their life and I never met them in person. But I think that with these features on platforms like Instagram now, like Instagram stories, you really feel like you know these people personally because they're talking to you like this all day, basically vlogging their entire day. You kind of live their day with them. And so you feel like you know them. You feel like you're their friend and you feel like you really get them as people. And in the case of these people that I met, that is how I felt before I met them. I really felt like I knew who they were, I knew what they stood for, I knew what their behaviors were and how they were going to act when I met them and all this stuff. I felt like I really knew them. And then I met them and I was disappointed because basically I realized that these people that I thought I had known from watching them online and from following them for many years didn't actually exist. They were basically personas of people that had been fabricated by these other individuals. But I mean, I wasn't being catfished really, but I kind of felt like emotionally I was being catfished because these people had created these personas online that just did not reflect who they really were as people. I think that they kind of created these people, these personas, to be versions of themselves that they aspired to be, people that they wanted to be like, the best version of themselves in their eyes, but not really reflecting who they actually were in real life as people. It was more just like who they wish they could be and who they wanted the world to see them as. And so when I met them in real life, I was just like, It doesn't make them bad people, but I just realized that in the case of a lot of them, they just weren't my cup of tea. I actually couldn't relate to them at all, and any connection that I felt that I had to them was pretty much just completely erased. And it was just very disappointing and disillusioning, and it made me do a lot of self-reflection, essentially. And in particular, it made me think about the way that I look at the world, because over the past couple of months, I've been trying to build this YouTube channel, and I've been trying to build my Instagram, and I realized that a lot of influencers see the world very differently from how I think we should look at the world, which is that they kind of have these like weird Instagram influencer Google Glass things, like not really, metaphorical Google Glass, Instagram glass, where they just look at the world and they just see everything in terms of content creation. It's like, you know, ooh, this latte makes great content. It's not like it's a great latte, it's like great content. Or it's like, oh, we should go to that movie so that we can post about it. Or it's like, oh, I'm wearing this cute outfit today. Don't want to waste the cute outfit. You better take my picture in this cute outfit because I look great and I'm going to post it on Instagram. And it's like, it's okay to be confident, but every decision they make revolves around Instagram. What's going to look good on their feed? What's going to look good on their story? It's exhausting. It drives me nuts. I don't want to be that kind of a person. And that's really what this all boils down to, is that number one, I don't want to be the kind of a person who doesn't actually experience things just to experience them, but rather just does it for content. That doesn't make any sense. I also don't want to be the kind of a person who doesn't see myself as being good enough to present to the world, to be myself online, on social media, on Instagram, on YouTube, whatever. I don't want to be the kind of person who thinks I have to create some kind of fake version of myself for the world to see because the real version of myself isn't good enough. That's ridiculous. I don't want to live my life that way. And so basically, I just want to go forward making content that I feel is the most genuine and the most real that I can make it. And not that I've been disingenuous up until this point. Everything that I've said in my videos up until this point is stuff that I really truly do believe and advocate for and all that sort of stuff. But I mean, I'm sick and tired of the professional lighting kits that hurt my eyes when I stare into the camera for an hour. I'm kind of sick of scripting all my videos and practicing them and making sure every line is perfect. And it's time consuming, it's exhausting. And at the end of the day, it just takes away from the connection that I have with people in these videos. It takes away from the feeling of genuineness of the videos. I don't want that anymore. I just want to be real. I want to be chill. I want to show you who I really am. And if you like it, that's great. And if you don't, I really don't care, because at the end of the day, I'm doing this for me. I'm not doing this for anybody else. And I want it to stay that way. I never want to become someone who makes decisions based on what I think other people are going to think or other people are going to say about me. That's not who I am. And as much as social media has connected me to so many amazing people, and as much as I'm definitely going to stay on social media, like, let's be real here, even I fall prey to like endless hours of scrolling through aesthetic Instagram feeds. It's embarrassing. But I don't want to let it dictate the choices that I make. And so although this week was honestly pretty disappointing in that I basically had a crisis of conscience trying to figure out where I stand in the social media world, if I even want to use social media anymore, because it's just created a very toxic culture, in my opinion, where people are not valuing the important things in their lives, but that's just a whole nother thing in general. Even though this week has kind of been a bit of a shock to the system, I think it's been good because it's made me kind of figure out where I want to go from here, what I want to do, and how I want to present myself to the world, and that is basically just presenting myself to the world. And that's how Sue sees it. And that is a Glee reference I shouldn't have made. And on that very embarrassing note, I think this video is over. So thank you for watching it. If you liked it, hit the like button. If you want to subscribe to my channel, subscribe to my channel. And if you don't want to do either of those things, you don't have to, because that is the magic of YouTube. And I promise I will get to that video on... I feel like this is just a shameless plug now. Next week's video is going to be on my personal journey becoming a promotional videographer, which was supposed to be this week's video, but you know what? When we have breakdowns, sometimes you just can't schedule a breakdown, people. It just happens. So that will be next week's video, I promise. All right. Have a great day, everyone. Thanks so much again for watching. Keep on shooting, and I'll see you next time.